All right, O-rings on there. Put a new O-ring on here. Tighten that up. Torqued the oil pan, torqued the tail housing. All we've got left is to bolt this bracket up. I'm going to take this bolt though. I'm going to get 2 bolts with the regular head on there. This one is stripped out, and to get it with vice grips. So I'm just going to, I didn't have any. I had some that were shorter, same thread, but I'll just go pick up 2 bolts for those. And we need a new neutral safety switch because of that. So there's that. This heat shield, I guess we can go ahead and bolt on. It goes over here. So I guess let me bolt this on real quick. And that one nut, I haven't found where it goes. And I'm not sure it came off of this. I have done some other stuff on this workbench since I've had the Suburban torn apart. It's possible it came off of something else. Got to thinking it could have been the nut for here, but it's not. I think this actually, wherever that went, I think this is actually the nut for the motor mount, and then the nut for the neutral safeties, or for the shift, yeah, for the shift linkage is under the truck. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm thinking it might have come from something else. It could have even fallen from back there. It looks too dirty to have come from this. It's definitely couldn't have been on the inside because of how dirty it is. And I don't even know where it is now. Where did it go? Here it is. Almost looks like something might have come off the Mercedes. That's just really dirty. This transmission was pretty clean, but we'll put it there and I might run across where it goes. So I'm gonna go ahead and bolt this up. It's also possible that it's one of the ones that holds the, because some of those are hard to get to, where the on the back, the bell housing bolts that, you know, they're studs with a smaller end on them for you to bolt, you know, dipstick tube, all that kind of stuff up to it. I bet this is one of those. I bet when I undid it, it fell somewhere on the transmission and lodged, and I found it when I got it on the workbench. That makes sense now. That's what that is. So let me bolt this up and then I'm going to quit for today. We're waiting on motor mount and the neutral safety switch. I do not have those, so I'm going to have to get some, or I keep saying motor mount, it's transmission mount, but I'm not putting this one back. See, it's pretty cracked up. So we'll get a new one. So that's it. I'll probably add on to this, so see you in a minute. Well, here we are. If you've made it to this video, this will be the last video of finally getting this transmission all back together. What we've got left to do is I need to install this bracket here. I need to install the new neutral safety switch, motor mount, and we'll need to bolt the bell housing on. And so I figured I would show y'all what I've done on all this. So as I showed y'all before, this is the original neutral safety switch. The reason it is all broke up like this is the plug was basically glued in here. I don't know if it melted or what, would not come out. So I sacrificed the switch for the plug. I did not, you know, I can replace this. I didn't want to get into redoing the wiring and replacing that plug. So I just went ahead and, well, I tried to save it, but trying to get in there and get something in there to kind of pry. So I had a super slim screwdriver in there trying to break it loose, and it cracked, and after it cracked I was like, well shoot, if it's cracked, we're gonna go ahead and just break it away, and there's no way I could have gotten this thing unplugged. So we've got a replacement right here, so we're gonna go ahead and put that in. We've got our motor mount. The old one was cracked, so I went ahead and might as well put a new one in. So I'm going to put that in. I did not like these Torx bolts on here, so I went to Lowe's and I grabbed, where are they? They're here somewhere. We'll come back to those. For the bell housing, I went ahead, I didn't like the Torx bolts there either. So on Amazon, I found this. This is the bell housing 2-case bolts, and they are just regular bolts, and they replace the Torx bolts that went here. So that leaves us with regular bolts there. One of mine, when I took them off, my bit was a little off or something, and it didn't strip it, but it's not great. So I don't like Torx bolts really, and I mean they're all right, but I definitely prefer to have regular bolts in there. So this is what I picked up for these, so that will replace these bolts. So we're going to go ahead and put that on. We're going to get this thing lowered down. I'll put this motor mount on, or say motor mount, transmission mount. And after I get the transmission mount down, I'm going to set the transmission down on that dolly, and then we'll put the bell housing on after it's on that. And then I'm going to need a big piece of cardboard to slide the transmission, to slide from here, slide the transmission on, because I can't get it up under the car. I might wait to, don't know. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this, because I need to get it on the transmission jack. So it might be easier for me to, if I can get it, I'll do some measuring. If I can get it under the Suburban, I know it won't, with the bell housing on, it won't go under the Suburban on the transmission jack. If I can get it under the Suburban without the bell housing, I'll probably just go ahead and set it down on the transmission jack without the bell housing, and then put the bell housing and everything on under the Suburban. So I'm going to do some measuring on that, but for right now we need to get this neutral safety switch on, and then the transmission mount and this bracket. So let me go ahead and do all that. So this is where we're going to leave this. We are going to get this up under the Suburban and go ahead and start the install. I'm going to have to leave the bell housing and the converter off to do that, to get it up under there. So I'm going to end this video, and we will start with the install into the Suburban. That's odd. Never noticed that before. So yeah, it's all back together, of course, except for the bell housing. I've got new clips there and new O-rings. My transmission overhaul kit came with them. And of course, like I said, I've got bell housing to case bolts to replace the torque fit bolts. And these are supposed to be able to clear the torque converter, but I will verify that once I get the torque converter in, just to make sure we don't have any clearance issues, because they do stick up a little higher than the original torque bolts. So we're gonna go ahead and put this under there. So thanks for sticking with me through this install. I know it's a lot of videos, so if you watched it through the end, thanks for watching. Hopefully this thing will work and last a long time. So hit the like button, subscribe for more, and leave a comment down below.